Welcome to the Short Funk Podcast. I'm Tom Barbalet. Today, another question from listener Conosites Bowen. He wants me to talk about the notion of different domains having landscapes to explore. He says it's a metaphor I've used frequently. It does sound like something I'd say, but it doesn't sound like something I'd say reading out Conosites Bowen's question. I want to talk about information. Like, this is what it's about. It's about knowing a little bit of information and wanting to find out a bit more information, and then you progressively put all this information together, and then you find something that's completely different, that completely contradicts the information that you knew previously, and then you can kind of get in this kind of excited state where you realize that you've only, explored a tiny dot on a map, which is absolutely vast. You could invest your entire lifetime and not know the full space of the map. And this, to me, is something that I, do refer to associated with particular domains of knowledge. But I just love learning this stuff. It's so fascinating to take, a tiny bit of information in one area and a tiny bit of information in another area. They could be in completely different planes, completely different landscapes, and then pulling these two things together, either for humor or for insight. And I think it's the insight part of it that I like to convey to people in a kind of infectious way to get them interested, at least maybe that they should look at this thing, or maybe even worse, and this is the worst possible thing to do, and I'm not an advocate for this, but maybe that they should believe, perhaps, or at least say, that's a pin that I should put in a particular map that I want to go back and learn more around, if nothing more to prove Barbalet wrong. That's the kind of stuff that I'd like to see. So when I talk about these kind of domains, when I talk about these kind of ideas, these kind of areas, it's really associated with what is yet to chart. You have such a small amount of knowledge here, but if you expand a little bit, you'll learn a little bit more. Then you'll get into the curious contradictions, which are always fun. And then maybe you might have a better, broader understanding of these contradictions when they're presented to you in the future. Tom Barbalet in San Jose, signing out.